So hear me out. The first season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has a PR problem, but if you've ever tried to get into the show, most fans I feel like have told you the same thing. Skip the first season.
Season 1 was by far the weakest.
I love it for what it started, not what it is.
You have to kind of get through season 1.
But I'm here to tell you, is it the weakest season? Yeah. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do think it's a lot more enjoyable than it's given credit for. Plus, I think it's really foundational for the understanding of what this show is actually about. Because this season doesn't have awesome fights or secret witch sisters. Mom! Or lesbian witch covens, but this is the season where Buffy Summers, a teenage cheerleader, dies and is reborn as the Vampire Slayer, a girl with a responsibility she never asked for. So let's start at the beginning. The first 2 episodes go hand in hand. They're a 2-parter called Welcome to the Hellmouth and The Harvest. Where Buffy first comes to Sunnydale, she gets kicked out of her old school in LA after burning down the gym.
I know my transcripts are a little colorful.
You burned down the gym.
And that gym was full of vampire asbestos.
The point here is that she's already been chosen as the Slayer, and we learn all we need to know from the rest of this episode. The Slayer is a girl with potential who is given increased strength, agility, and reflexes to battle evil forces. She's a superhero, basically, but trade the real superpowers for, like, something that's cheap enough to depict on 90s network television, you know? Somersaults and backflips, I guess. It's still cool. And like most superheroes, I mean, let's be real, this is such Spider-Man stuff. She struggles to balance her responsibilities of saving the world and managing her school life and social life, which is easier to navigate if you have friends.
I don't know you, do I?
I'm Buffy.
Xander. Is me.
And as a beautiful girl, one would expect Buffy to run in circles with Cordelia, this popular, beautiful, vain, often cruel girl.
I'm not saying that we should kill a teacher every day just so I can lose weight. I'm just saying when tragedy strikes, we have to look on the bright side, you know?
Cordelia is at first comic relief, but she kind of evolves into an interesting foil for Buffy across the season. And Cordelia even seeks out a friendship with her.
That nail polish?
Over?
So over. James Spader.
He needs to call me.
This guy?
Oh no, he's hot!
Oh shit, sorry. My sister was the one watching Pretty in Pink when we were growing up. I was reading comic books, so he's Ultron to me. Anyway, Buffy puts Cordelia on ice because she isn't really a cool girl, or she doesn't really feel like one, I guess. Now that she has this weight on her shoulders, she feels more like an outcast. So of course she develops a friendship with Willow.
Hi, Willow, right?
Why?
I mean, hi.
And incel in the making, Xander.
Oh, me and Buffy go way back. Old friends. Very close. Now here we are, like old times. I'm quite moved.
Ew, oh my god, what?
But also at this point, she's a teenager who doesn't want to be special. So I guess this is where the show dates itself. And to round out our group, Buffy has her watcher, Giles.
The librarian.
A man part of a secret society tasked with guiding Buffy as she grows into the Slayer.
I'm gonna need perspectives on 20th century.
I know what you're after.
That's not what I'm looking for.
My mistake.
And these episodes are very efficient, honestly. We settle all this information very quickly and naturally without feeling lore dumped.
Okay, why can't you people just leave me alone?
Because you are the Slayer. Into each generation, a Slayer is born. One girl in all the world, a chosen one born with a
Strength and skill to hunt the vampires. Blah, blah, blah.
Basically, by opening the Hellmouth, the entrance to Hell, the Master will unleash Hell on Earth.
Why don't you kill him?
I'm a watcher.
Oh, come on. Stake through the heart, a little sunlight.
A Slayer slays, a watcher.
Watches?
But she kind of washes Giles in this debate.
He prepares her.
Prepares me for what? For getting kicked out of school? For losing all of my friends? For having to spend all of my time fighting for my life and never getting to tell anyone because I might endanger them?
To name a few.
But Buffy denies her call to action, as all great heroes must do.
I can't get involved. I've got work to do.
I didn't ask for this honor, and I don't want it.
You're asking me right now to give up my life.
I am.
I cannot do this.
So this is Buffy's destiny. She can't really have a normal job or a normal boyfriend. A lot of the milestones she'd be experiencing normally at this time of her life is just pushed to the wayside. And so this is part of her sacrifice. But she is tempted all season long by, well, Xander thinks.
Hi, Buffy.
But really by a mysterious stranger she meets in an alley. Sounds bad, but this time it's really not.
Why are you following me?
Don't worry. I don't bite.
Her sad, sexy, brooding, sexy face.
You're standing at the mouth of hell.
Who are you?
I'm a friend.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't want a friend.
I didn't say I was yours.
And hit it. Again, tempting Buffy to want what she can't have. But he has an air of mystery about him to dare to try. But more on this later. And for context, the whole season revolves around Buffy along with Xander,
Would you like to hear some off-color jokes?
Willow, Giles, and sometimes Cordelia battling a baddie that reflects some of the hardships facing modern teenagers.
Have you ever been with a woman before? You mean like in the same room?
In 1997.
I've never felt this way about anyone before.
I feel like you know me better than anyone. Do you think we should meet? Laugh out loud.
For example, in episode 3, The Witch, we take a look at Buffy's relationship with her mother, Joyce, by juxtaposing it with her classmate, Amy.
I train with my mom. 3 hours in the morning, 3 at night.
How much quality time with my mom would probably lead to some quality matricide.
Amy and Buffy are both trying out to be cheerleaders. Buffy was a cheerleader at her old school, and maybe in another life it could have defined her high school experience, but she does try again at this school to try to make it happen. Amy's mom is a cheerleading legend who she fails to measure up to.
She was the best. And I can't get my body to move like hers. I choked in there so bad.
And more than that, she's also a dictator.
Her mom's kinda Nazi-like. Kyle, if she gains an ounce, she padlocks the fridge and won't eat anything but broth.
So, Mommy Dearest is really Mommy Dearest.
But in actuality, Amy is actually her own mother who is a witch, and she casts a spell to switch bodies with her daughter because she was not living up to her own greatness.
I got a history report due tomorrow. Write it.
But anyway, getting back to her mother, Joyce mostly disassociates when Buffy tries to tell her mom about her life.
We had tryouts today.
Oh, great. How'd it go?
There was an accident. Mom,
Yeah.
what was I trying out for?
Oh, some activity.
You're not wrong.
And let's be real, Amy's situation is way worse, but it's still a different kind of pain for Buffy. Neglect.
You just don't get it.
See, Buffy's father is out of the picture, and more on that later. And Joyce is trying to parent alone, but she's already pegged Buffy as a problem because of her previous delinquencies after becoming the Slayer.
And honey, try not to get kicked out.
I see becoming the Slayer as a bit of a metaphor for having undergone a traumatic event, such as a broken home or personal tragedy that puts one on a different track in life than one expected to have. It's an awakening from the safety of childhood into adulthood, where you're aware of the cruelties of life, and it's a calling to make a difference for others and hopefully oneself along the way. However, Buffy and gang defeat Amy's mom. Well, she defeats herself and is imprisoned forever in her own trophy. An awesome metaphor for an adult forever trapped by the glory of her peak in high school. Because she let this really define her, and in some ways that's kind of a worse fate than Buffy's. Forever static in this one period of your life. I can't think of much scarier things. And Joyce has a nice heart-to-heart with Buffy to share some of the things that she wasn't really talking about before.
I think there's a biological imperative whereby I can't understand you because I'm not 16.
Do you ever wish you could be 16 again?
Oh, that's a frightful notion. Go through all that again? Not even if it helped me understand you.
I love you, Mom.
I have found that getting older forces confusing changes on everyone. For example, in high school watching this show, I was all about Angel. Maybe you could tell. But watching it again for this video, what do you mean I'm a 34-year-old man that's now into Giles?
I'm a watcher.
Baddie, I'm full of nasty. Like I'm trying to see what a thooties. 42 make it a movie. They said they wanted a pop.
Skipping forward a little bit, episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date, shows more of what Buffy has to sacrifice. She likes a guy, a nerdy guy. Don't worry though, he's like a cute nerd, not like a real nerd.
What do you want?
I lost my Emily. Dickinson.
So, Emily Dickens, huh? She's great.
Dickinson.
She's good also.
And her obligations as Slayer keep ruining her chances to hang out with Owen.
Not okay. It can't be tonight.
My calculations are precise.
Buffy has a really important date.
Owen.
Tonight, we go into battle.
Perhaps I miscalculated.
Buffy has to keep canceling because Giles tells her to, but at least she's mature about it.
I feel like everyone is staring at me. The big hideous dateless monster. What? Yeah, that's right. I have no life. Come on, there's nothing to see here, pal. Move it along.
But nothing comes out of it, so she goes out anyway.
Are you having fun?
Yeah. I almost feel like a girl.
Meanwhile,
Tam.
And Giles has to take on the danger himself when said danger does actually appear.
Buffy, there's serious stuff happening tonight. You need to be out there.
No, not you two.
She ends up deciding to try to juggle both of these worlds.
This is so cool.
And has to take Owen along to try to save Giles. This puts Owen in danger, and while she ends up killing the bad guy, Owen unfortunately is fine.
I was wondering when I could see you again.
Really?
I think you're the coolest.
And even worse, he loves it.
I never thought nearly getting killed would make me feel so alive.
Oh, no.
But Buffy is concerned for his safety.
It's not you, it's me.
Just want to be friends.
Her lifestyle means she has to be careful who comes into her circle. Any partner Buffy chooses cannot be ordinary. They have to be able to take care of themselves.
2 days in my world and no one really would get himself killed. Or I'd get him killed.
So, suck it, nerd. But I can think of someone with a great face card who actually can take care of himself. In the next episode, Angel, we find out what's up with Buffy's hot guardian Angel. Angel bails Buffy out from a vampire attack, and we retreat and take his shirt off to fix him.
Nice to.
Which personally I think is a metaphor for I could fix him.
So, you weren't following me?
Maybe I like you.
I wanna
As they hang out, Angel becomes more intriguing by balancing an air of mystery.
What does your family think of your career choice?
They're dead.
Was it vampires?
It was.
And respect for Buffy by sleeping on the floor. And this obviously means he's a good guy.
Did you, did he,
Perfect gentleman.
Yay!
But the next day, Buffy returns from school and still has a hot guy locked in her room, so good for her.
I did a lot of thinking today. I really can't be around you.
Oh.
Because when I am,
No big.
all I can ever
Under
think
the
about
bridge
is how
over the
badly
dam,
I want
I
to
think
kiss you.
Kiss me.
And admits she has feelings for Angel with her mouth. But even when you play hard to get, you can still get hard. Normally Buffy cannot get what she wants, so and there it is. He is now technically the enemy, even with that goofy ass escape crawl. What the fuck is that? But he's still dangerous. Buffy is meant to kill him, and so she wants what she can't have.
Can a vampire ever be a good person, or couldn't it happen?
Vampire isn't a person at all. It may have the movements, the memories, even the personality of the person that it took over, but it's still a demon at the core. There is no halfway.
So that'd be a no, huh?
But this goes both ways. Buffy is also human, food for vampires, and Angel is fighting that desire to kill her every time. But luckily, Angel also has a curse, a conscience.
I'm not exactly one of you either.
You can only suppress your real nature for so long. Help him around when it explodes.
Dirty.
See, unlike other vampires, he feels guilt, which is hot. I can fix him, you know how we do. But unfortunately, Darla, the one who sired him, attacks Buffy's mom. Angel tries to stop her, and Buffy comes home, and it doesn't look great. Hilarious.
You come near us and I'll kill you.
And this is called dramatic irony because we know Angel didn't do this, but I guess when has this isn't what it looks like ever worked? But it hardens Buffy's resolve that all vampires are bad. She embraces her calling as the Slayer and hunts down Angel. But when Angel explains his curse, she hesitates.
When you become a vampire, the demon takes your body, but it doesn't get your soul. That's gone. No conscience, no remorse. It's an easy way to live.
What changed?
Fed on a girl about your age, the elders conjured the perfect punishment for me. They restored my soul. You have no idea what it's like to have done the things I've done and to care.
So his punishment shall not be to die, but to live forever with his guilt. Angel proves what side he's on by killing Darla, and Buffy shows her acceptance of Angel, flaws and all, with her mouth. So this video is more meant to focus on Buffy because season 2 has a lot more to do with Angel, but I like Angel, obviously. And I think his story plays alongside Buffy's very well. A person who did terrible things and is waking up from it like a bad dream and wanting redemption is a timeless story, as is loving said flawed person and giving them a chance. Both of them are sort of cursed with a forbidden longing for something they just cannot have. And I think it's worth stopping for to discuss. Like, they both have baggage, and so I think on paper they could be a match. At least for a while. And I think it shows Buffy that there's potentials for there to be a match out there for her somewhere, even if it's not Angel. But let's skip ahead to Nightmares real quick, where we do a Freddy Krueger bit with a mysterious boy who makes nightmares into reality. A lot of them are typical stuff: spiders, clowns, exams where you're unprepared, bad hair. But like all good fears, trauma makes the most compelling nightmares, even if it's more mundane or real. Buffy's father is not in the picture, but in her nightmares, he comes to visit and says to Buffy the one thing a kid with the weight of the world on her shoulders would be devastated by.
It was you.
What?
If you get in trouble, you embarrass us with all the crazy stunts you pull, and do I have to go on?
No. Please don't.
You're sullen and rude, and you're not nearly as bright as I thought you were going to be. Hey, Buffy, let's be honest. Could you stand to live in the same house with a daughter like that?
It's all laid on a bit heavy perhaps, but this whole season feels like a collection of parables for Buffy and friends that I think feels consistent and works well. Like a cartoon isn't realistic. Sometimes the abstraction of an idea is more relatable than being so realistic or specific that it's only relatable to the select few who fit those parameters. So I bring up this episode because I think it adds important context to why Buffy is so troubled. She kinda has to grow up faster than normal, so she's at a bit of a crossroads in her life. Is it an extraordinary situation? No, not really. Quite common. But just because the source of her pain is kind of common doesn't mean it hurts any less. And in Out of Sight, Out of Mind, we are dealing with a girl who no one ever pays attention to.
Check it out.
Oh my god.
Have a nice summer is what you write when you have nothing to say.
This girl had no friends at all.
Once again, I teach her at the precipice of the generation gap.
She feels invisible, so she becomes invisible. I know it sounds stupid, but it's actually not. It's art. Speaking of art, here's some of mine.
Cordelia, can I talk to you?
Why is she always trying to...
She fell.
Absolutely everyone ignored this girl. Students, teachers, Cordelia.
Hi, guys. What do you want?
And speaking of Cordelia, we focus on her more this episode because she's a main character. You probably wouldn't be able to tell by watching the season, but it's true. She's even in the opening credits. But Cordelia is worth mentioning now because it relates to what I think the season is about. Cordelia is Buffy. If Buffy had never become the Slayer. Popular.
Being this popular is not just my right, but my responsibility. And I want you to know I take it very seriously.
Vain.
I sort of ran over this girl on her bike. It was the most traumatizing event of my life, and she's trying to make it about her leg.
Vapid.
Hey, did I ever tell you about the time she attacked me?
And like Buffy was like at her old school, Cordelia's only real concern is to be the May Queen.
Here's a chocolate. Oh, I don't think I need the loony fringe vote.
It's a simple life. Unremarkable even, but a comfortable one. If Buffy had never become the Slayer and had this fate thrust upon her, she would be in her place right now.
Yeah, what kind of moron would want to be May Queen anyway?
I was.
You what?
At my old school.
So this is her goodbye to that version of Buffy. She's on the outside looking in, normal teenager things, and Buffy feels like she's missing out. Alone. Invisible. Get it? Angel also appears to speak to Giles about this feeling invisible thing, cause vampires have no reflection. It's kind of the same thing, you know, a metaphor.
Looking in the mirror every day and seeing nothing there, it's an overrated pleasure.
No one can see you? I can't see myself. To make a long story short, Marcy, our invisible girl, does bad things with her power. This is how Cordelia gets pulled into the group.
This is all about me. Me.
Because she's bait.
Bait? You think I'm never lonely because I'm so cute and popular? I can be surrounded by people and be completely alone. Sometimes when I'm everyone's so busy agreeing with me, they don't hear a word I say.
Hot girls, we have problems too. We're just like you.
Cordelia! God! What is your childhood trauma?
Except we're hot.
And she kidnaps Cordelia and Buffy. For context, this ends with Buffy becoming a Jedi and she ends Marcy.
Cordelia, shut up.
Not everything in this episode is super relevant, but I just like this one. I remember watching this one on TV with my sister, and I just wanted to cover it, okay? And now we can discuss the finale where all this comes together. But also, if you're enjoying, consider subscribing. This channel is really small, and it helps a lot. You can also join our Patreon. It gets you early access to what we're working on, and it also allows you to interact directly with me and help shape the future topics we cover on this channel. So if you're interested, the link's in the description down below. But anyway, back to it. Prophecy Girl is the finale and the best episode of the season, and it's what everything's been leading up to. This is the episode where Buffy dies. Well, dies the first time. And while her death is literal, I think it's also actually discussing something else too. Assault. Or at the very least, the change or trauma that comes from the violation of innocence. Let me explain. It starts kind of subtly with the line Buffy makes when Giles hides from Buffy that she's going to die to the Master, according to a prophecy he just uncovered.
I can't put it off any longer. I have to meet my terrible fate.
What?
Biology.
It's obviously a joke on Buffy not knowing what we and Giles know. Also that school sucks, but I think they specifically chose biology class for A very specific reason that they're trying to discuss in this episode. Next, we see this famously awful Xander scene of things that aged poorly, but I actually think it's more on topic than it's given credit for.
Buffy, I like you. A lot.
She turns him down and he lashes out at Buffy.
I don't.
In fact, he's more assertive than normal.
I just don't think of you that way.
We'll try. I'll wait.
Xander feels entitled to Buffy because they're friends and he's a good guy.
I guess the guy's gotta be undead to make time with you.
That's really harsh.
He purposely makes her feel bad for not being interested in him, and seemingly she's more fragile after this experience. But on the literal side of things, Angel and Giles realize that this prophecy foretelling the Master will be freed from his imprisonment is imminent.
This is the Codex. There is nothing in it that does not come to pass.
And you're reading it wrong.
It's very plain. Tomorrow night, Buffy will face the Master and she will die.
And of course, Buffy is devastated by this revelation.
Does it say how he's gonna kill me? Do you think it'll hurt? Don't touch me!
She's just a kid. She's just getting started, so yeah, she isn't really taking it well.
Buffy, if the Master rises...
I don't care! Giles, I'm 16 years old. I don't want to die.
And Buffy loses her faith and quits.
Quit.
Try as she might, she can't escape this outcome, but maybe she can put it off for a little bit. And then Buffy has a really sweet encounter with her mother, who pushes her back in line a little bit. And then she gifts Buffy a plain white dress, which I take represents her youth, her innocence. Joyce tells Buffy a little story about how she almost didn't go to prom.
I didn't have a date, so I got dressed up and I went anyway.
Was it awful?
For about an hour.
Then what happened?
I met your father.
You had your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
A blessing Buffy doesn't get to have. And Willow also has a related sobering moment in this episode when she and Cordelia find that the AV Club have been killed by vampires. These were Willow's people. Well, off screen, we don't have time for day players, but this is still an invasion of her safe space. But Willow is still shaken by this sight and confides in Buffy and says,
I'm not okay. I knew those guys. I go to that room every day. And when I walked in there, it wasn't our world anymore. They made it theirs. And they had fun.
She feels violated. This encounter reminds Buffy of why the world needs a Slayer in the first place, so things like this don't happen to others. So Buffy dons her white dress, knocks out Giles, grabs her crucifix, and faces her fate. When she pursues the Master, he basically tells her how he views her role.
You are not the hunter, you are the lamb.
He plays with her.
You know, for someone who's all-powerful, you sure do like to hide.
I want this moment to last.
It feels and sounds predatory in all the ways. He takes her, exerts his control over her as vampires do, and even blames her for her own misfortune.
You're the one that sets me free. If you hadn't come, I couldn't go.
A vampire bite has long been known as a metaphor for penetration, a predator's method of forcing oneself onto his prey. And this is Buffy's first time in this predicament. This is what happens to victims if she doesn't fulfill her role. Now that he got what he wanted, killing Buffy Summers, he is free to move on. And Angel and Xander arrive to pull her from the water.
She's dead.
And Buffy comes back to life, changed by the experience.
No, you're still weak.
Actually, no. No, I feel strong. I feel different.
It's a metaphor!
I mean, let's look at the materials. Water, baptism, cleansing, rebirth, all the symbolism that entails.
Let's go.
She's stronger, kind of fearless. She is now an adult, truly the Slayer, understanding who she is and what she stands for. And now the Master holds no power over her, and she gets her revenge. They party off screen, but there is a distinct lack of joy from Buffy.
Hey, I hear there's a dance at the Bronze tonight.
Sure. We save the world. I say we party.
The trauma of her death and rebirth has made her stronger, certainly. She has to be, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's okay, and she has to contend with that in later seasons. Over the years, I've often heard fans say that they think Buffy is the least likable main character in the crew, but I think that this reading gives a little bit of context and explanation for why she becomes this way. But that's all for season 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. But anyway, thanks again so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I will see you in the next semester.